One of the capabilities we say that has been decimated within governments is actually their ability to govern digital platforms. And one of the areas, by consequence, that is increasingly consultified, so consultants are being brought into, has to do with precisely that area, the kind of, let's just call it the digital area of government. Now, this is not a small problem. In 21st century, 22nd century soon, capitalism, if you don't know how to govern digital platforms, you won't be able to have a climate strategy, a health strategy. Think of the infodemic side of COVID-19. In fact, I did a report on which countries globally did better in COVID-19, and actually was countries that actually had invested in areas including digital platforms because of that very important information processing side of things, including, by the way, test and trace, which we touched on before. So healthcare.gov, of course, is famous because the U.S. government, as we know, doesn't really have a public health program. A lot of people in the U.S. die actually not because they're sick, but because they can't afford health care. This is one of the reasons I'm very proud to live in Europe. The NHS in the U.K. is very important in terms of giving everyone access to health care. Now, the problem is that what was also called Obamacare, it had a web, site where people could access in order to sign up for healthcare in the U.S. from the Obamacare program. And as soon as it opened up, it basically crashed and government was blamed. But actually, it wasn't government that had governed it. It had been outsourced. It had been outsourced to private actors. And this is a huge problem, first of all, because it's central, like how you actually govern the digital side of a program, whether it's health or climate, is central. So if you are outsourcing your core, that's a problem. If you're outsourcing something that's peripheral, perhaps it doesn't matter, catering or something, right? So, and this is actually not just around health, as I just mentioned. I mean, if you look at the weakening of government, it's precisely around those kind of areas. And so unless they're investing in their own digital capacity, they won't be stronger and they will become increasingly needing to have others to come in. But in that particular case, also those that had been brought in to do the digital side weren't very capable.